Okay, so we'll be talking about digital payment system, and this is a topic that Eric started to teach last time. It was, I think, on Tuesday. And so, Margaret, what did you learn from that? And what exactly you want to still learning? So, did you learn anything that was exciting about this? And if so, which one exactly? Hello?
Sincerely speaking.
Yes, so what I'm saying, so what did you learn from last time? Because we will be going back to that, but probably we may need to emphasize more on what you didn't retain.
Actually, we need to emphasize more on that. Although we learned about the payment, when I went to my laptop, I tried to do it, I could not be able to. So it's like I didn't really get the whole thing.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. So with that said, let's just jump on and start learning this again and reviewing this again. So digital payment systems, that exactly what it was introduced last time. So on the agenda, we'll be first talking about what exactly is the P2P digital payment. That this means the P2P stands for peer-to-peer digital payment. And second, we will be talking about peer-to-peer digital payment system best practices. And last, it's just going to be a matter of yourself decide, each one of us deciding which of the system, which of the systems or which practice is the best for yourself. So, okay. So that's for the agenda. And now, sorry about that. So my daughter is calling me while I'm in class. So what exactly is a payment to, it's a P2P, peer-to-peer digital payment system. So it's just a service that lets you use your bank account or your credit card or your debit to pay like a friend or a family from your phone. So you need to have like an app, like from the examples that are given here, Zelle is directly connected to, you can set this up an account, a Zelle account from your bank account. So you may need two things, either a cell phone or an email address. And once you get that, then you can also still wire money. You can send the money to somebody, you can make a payment and so on. I mostly use Zelle, and it just goes with my phone number. I mostly use also PayPal. This is a really great payment system. I have an account with that too. And I regularly use Cash App. So Zelle for sometimes paying, I don't know in which circumstances, like I have nieces, I have nephews who go to school. Sometimes I will send money using Zelle. I will use Zelle mostly for PayPal, mostly for, international payments, sometimes, when I buy something on eBay, for example, I always use that. But Cash App, one of the example where I use this is mostly when I contribute to African communities, the African community, like friends who lost their, theirs. We may get like, I may get like a notification, hey, we need to assist somebody, and Cash App is just so easy to make that kind of payment. Or, we are African. I love eating African food. I have connection with some African stores, and they will be like, okay, we just, receive this kind of product. Do you need some? And we can send that to you. We can mail it to you. And I will be like, okay. So then I will use Cash App to pay for. So, Margaret, from, of these apps, which one do you sometimes use? Oh, she's not ready yet. Okay. But Brother Obum, you can still, you can share. Yeah. Oh, you use Cash App. Okay. And in which cases, for example?
Are you
Sorry?
I use Zelle and Cash App mostly.
Okay, same thing. Brother Obum, you want to share also your use of, this P2P digital payment system?
Can you hear me?
Most of them. I've used Zelle, I've used Cash App, I've used Venmo, I've used SendWave, I've used you now can do PayPal on your phone. You can do Western Union on your phone.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You don't have to go to retail outlets to do Western Union anymore. You can do it right on your phone. In fact, they are running a promo right now, unless they've closed it. If you want to send money to Africa. Which other people? I've used a few of them that I know of. I like to check them out and see, what they have going.
Oh, that's cool. I've been using like Western Union from my phone. I've been using that for like probably 2 to 3 years. And it was cheaper, it was cheaper because I would like most of it was really cheaper, transfer fees. Then, we are from Africa. We have so many people, myself, I'm from a family of like 10 people, and all the 10 siblings, we have my 9 siblings all have kids, and at least 3 kids. And so if you take the number, you multiply by 9, it's a big number. And so sometimes every person wants to get money just from themselves, like they are, they go to school and so on. And so I received a call from Western Union, an email first that I could no longer transfer money until they asked me some questions. And so it was just like really hard for me. And I've never been able to recover my account. So for now, I can no longer transfer money using Western Union, because they don't believe me like I may have that many people in my family. In the past, I used Sendwave. I have a friend in Kenya, and I will, I will send him money. But I remember that once Sendwave blocked me. They said, okay, they need more information about what exactly I'm doing, and they wanted to get like the pictures of both front and back of my car. Yeah, yeah. Hold on, guys. Yes, I'm in a meeting. Yes, sorry, guys. And so then, okay, I was like, okay, because they asked me all this, I was unsure, and I just gave up. In lieu and place of Western Union, that these days I'm just using MoneyGram. So I use MoneyGram, and when I need to send money to the Congo, like little amounts, with all these nieces, nephews, and so on, I use another one that is called TapTap. So many P2P digital payment systems out there. Margaret, so besides Zelle and Cash App, any other app that you use, any other system or platform?
Yes, the Sendwave.
Oh, the Sendwave. Send money to Kenya. That's
Yes.
really easy.
Yes.
And people get the money like in a second.
Yes.
Within a minute. Yeah. Cool. So this is one of the example that from Zelle and Eric showed us last time. He was trying, so he just made like small, really small transfer. And if you go to Zelle, this is what like the screen will display. So your name, and it tells your registered name, your phone number, and it will show the amount. So it will show the amount, and it wants you to confirm whether that amount is exactly what you want to transfer. Okay, and you have all these options there. So you have the amount, you have the account from which the system will draw the money, and it shows you the date, and also you need to tell the reason why you are actually paying that money. And as you know, like so many regulations here with banks, all that just to avoid money laundering. Okay, and if the memo is for a reason that is not right, they may decline the transfer, and you have the option to cancel, go back and fix, or to just hit send the money. Any comment, Brother Obum?
Yes, no question at the moment, sir. We are moving smoothly. I'm trying to get some of our people to remember we have event or this class.
Okay.
So I'm sharing the meeting information.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so because you have to transfer money from your account to somebody, most of times we send money to the people that we know, but sometimes you may just pay a bill, you're paying a bill, or they ask you to send money to somebody. But how do you make sure that you secure your account stays safe? Because even somebody that may hack your account, how do you do, what exactly you do to secure your money. And so 3 things that we have to know here. First, you need to know who exactly is the recipient. So you're sending the money, and at least have the details, some details on who is going to receive the money. The second thing that you have to do to know is if you don't know them, just send a small amount of money and verify if they receive the funds. So you actually don't know the person, and you need to make a payment. And so what do you do first? Send just a small amount and check in with them to see if they receive the money. And if they receive, then you may decide to go ahead with the transfer, okay? The last thing that you need to do is to set up the biometric login. Like you may use your fingerprint or a facial recognition. So a fingerprint, your fingerprint is unique to yourself only. So that's mean if you need to access an account, your own account, and it's only you with that fingerprint and your facial recognition. So you may try, even if you have a perfect twin, but technology is so advanced that it will still know that that person, the person looking at the camera is not you. So if you do that, then you should be able to secure your account. So know who the recipient is, be strategic when you're transferring the money, or use additional methods to secure your account. For example, if your fingerprint or a facial recognition. Is that clear, Margaret?
Yes.
And so one of the demonstration that we had last time was with Eric, where he just tried to transfer a little amount here of $10, okay? And the app, actually the system tells Eric like, okay, you're trying to transfer this amount of money, and this money will be made available to your recipient account in minutes. And it also gives the confirmation number. What I always do is that sometimes I will take a picture of that. If I'm doing this from a laptop, then I will take a screenshot. But if I'm doing this over the phone, then I may have to get like my wife's phone or somebody else's phone to just take a picture. Because, or if it is a simple app like Cash App, then I will just take a screenshot, or other apps, because I remember that I was wiring the sending money to, paying somebody from Africa. That was actually one of my nieces. And so she gave me a phone number, and I used that phone number, but to pay with, to wire some money. And so the money, the transfer was successful. Then at a certain time, I received a message that it was still processing, because on the other end, they were not able to actually transfer the money. And so I needed again to call, the technical support team to make sure that they can refund the money. And so the transfer fee, I lost it, but I was able to recover the money that I sent. And it took again like 3 business days for the money to come back into my account. And I checked with my niece, and she said, the phone number that she got was actually intended to only receive M-Pesa locally, and not actually to receive M-Pesa from in foreign countries. So, yeah. And so just make sure that you can always save the confirmation number from your transaction. Any questions, Margaret?
I would like to know how.
Sorry?
The transaction for the Venmo. I would like to know.
I can barely hear you.
I would like to know how to use Venmo.
Oh, I've never used Venmo. Probably Obum. You have already used Venmo. Can you say something on that?
Venmo was, if I remember correctly, Venmo was a little bit more, it had a little bit more social appeal to it. Before Cash App began to allow you to click, love, like, the emoticons, right? You can even exchange conversations, on Venmo, right? Let me open it and see if I can remember some of the things that are very unique about it. It had a social appeal to it,
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing that it had going. And I haven't had a problem at all with Venmo. Just like you can see here, I'm seeing here that somebody I know paid somebody I know. Samuela paid Krodo Suchi, right?
Oh, it tells you even other people's payment?
Yeah, it tells you that.
Wow.
Right?
I was not even aware of that. I've never used it.
Yeah, so I'm seeing people I know, but I'm seeing card detail plus tip. I'm seeing what a friend of mine has been doing with her money, and I'm seeing, you can see what I've done.
Wow.
So it has that social, component, that you can see what your friends are doing, what people are buying. You may not see specifically what they paid for if they don't share that information. But you can decide to hide that. You can decide to let people know you're doing stuff on Venmo, right?
Yeah. Wow. I had no idea doing that. I had no idea. I've never used it. Like I had cases in the past where, people say, you can make a payment, like especially in the community, please make a payment, using either Zelle, Cash App, or Venmo. But because I had the other apps, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna save space on my phone rather than downloading, another app. So yeah, so cool. Is that good with you, Margaret? Okay. So from what we're seeing here, this is just one of the example of another payment system. And so this actually gets all the types of payments. So you can make payment online, you can make a bill payment, but you can also send money, transfer money. So, and just depending on which option you want to choose, then you can still, use one of the options. It's also include here like Zelle, and it's explain how exactly you may go ahead and just do it. And it gives you here like the option of printing the page. And again, I always want to keep up with, to save my confirmation number, because sometimes things happen, okay? For example, until today, I'm still claiming a $100 that I sent to an international student. He was in Milwaukee. So I transferred the money. He needs some help, transferred $100 using MoneyGram, and I sent the confirmation number. When the student the student went to a MoneyGram, a store, they told him that he needed to bring his local ID, so not an international passport. He say, no, which one? I say, no, we need to make sure that you are a student here at the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. And so by the time, so I was, led to send another amount of money, to my friend, one of my friends down there, who in turn, got the money to the student. Then I totally forgot. And I just remember one day I was like, okay, let me check a little bit what exactly my expenses were for the last 6 months. Then I recalled, oh, I called the guy. Oh, do you remember that I sent to you after you got your student ID? Have you ever gone to withdraw the money? He said, no, I haven't done so. So then I tried until today to get that money back, and it unsuccessfully. So yeah, I always keep my, the reference number and all the report about, how much I transferred. And so the next slide, tries to elaborate more on these apps. So with Venmo, for example, you can spend the balance with an optional free Venmo debit card. And also, this is exactly what Brother Obum said here. You have a kind of social feed for payment. So it tells you, if you know people, the people that are connected to you, whenever they make a payment, then you will also receive a notification. And you can still apply, like for a debit card, a Venmo, a brand a brand debit card that you can still use to make a payment. And this is like really one of the secure methods, then you can just decide to be putting there, loading the card with the amount of money that you want to transfer. And always making sure that it has got like the last balance is probably $1, so that nobody can ever try to use that. This is a good system, like getting a brand debit card. For Zelle, any transactions that you do is received in a second. And it's a system, a payment system that partners with banks and credit unions. Then you also have Google Pay, and the recipient, also the transactions get completed like in a minute, and you can still use it, with Gmail. If you have a Gmail account, you may also have that Zelle account. Let me have some noise in the background. Sorry about that. I was telling the kids to shut up. And so if you have a Gmail account, and then, on the upper right corner, you check all the, the buttons that are there to display all the apps associated with your Gmail account, you may see a Google Pay. But this also comes just like a separate app in Android and sometimes in iPhones and so on. And I actually use Google Pay too. I use Google Pay for some of my transactions, and it's really easy. Once you make a payment with this, it's easy to manage and so on. Okay, really easy to manage. So of the three here, what I use Zelle and Google Pay. Like, one of the issues that I have sometimes with Google Pay, so some stores accept this Google Pay. Yeah, most of the grocery stores accept this. Where exactly did I get in trouble with this? In some store that do not accept this type of payment. Okay. Then you also have a PayPal. PayPal, you can use this to send money globally. And the recipient does not have to have a PayPal account to receive the money. They will tell you just how they want you to pay them, like pay using an account, then you can still have that. Margaret, do you know who actually founded PayPal? Any idea?
The founder of PayPal?
Yes.
You want her to answer, or you want me to join in?
Yeah, you can just jump and say a bit, probably.
He's Elon Musk now. And
yes, Elon Musk. Yeah, Elon Musk. Elon Musk, yes. Yeah. Then with Cash App, we have, Cash App will always come, start with, a $sign. And then you define the rest by on your own. So any name that you give to your account will actually have that first, $sign followed by that name. And You can also get a free debit card from them. If you, and these are just like some, measures, protection measures, if you want to use those cards to make transactions, yes, you can still do it. I was actually tempted to do that at a certain time, but I was like, no, too many accounts, and so then it's going to require a PIN. I don't know how many emails addresses, and I have to remember, the password and all the time. Then I'm like, no. Okay. Zelle is good because you use it directly from your bank account and you don't pay any fees for that. Okay. It doesn't cost you anything. The only thing that you do is to set up your account. And once you use it, a transaction completes in a minute, so it's fast. You can just use it if you don't want to bring cash with you. And also, most of the banks and credit union accept it. Okay. Yeah. And Venmo will use almost the same system. You can transfer money, you can receive money, you can pay bills, you can also receive payment. But you use it like on the mobile, on your cell phone, for example. Okay. And one of the thing that you have to know, Venmo is actually owned by PayPal. As you can see, these are kind of diversification with companies out there. So they try to get the money and to stay in the business in all fashions. So wherever you go, you find them. Okay. And the specificity here with Venmo, which I didn't know, I learned from this class, is that it is used by US customers only. So you need to be in the US. You need to be here in the US to use this, to receive services, to benefit from the services from Venmo. Cash App now, you don't need to pay any fees when you just use that for basic services, okay? Oh, welcome back, bro. You got dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, a call was interrupting.
Oh, no problem. And so, yeah, so no fees. Yeah, you don't pay any fees if you just use basic features. Okay. You can still, collect like a free debit card for your transaction. And you can also use that debit card to withdraw money from ATMs, okay? But the only disadvantage of that is that whenever you go to an ATM, you will also pay some processing fees, some fees, like $2, okay? It also gives the opportunity for you to refer some people. You can make referrals. And if you make referrals, sometimes it tells you that you will be receiving some amount of money for people to join. Any new customer who will join, the platform or the system, using your referral will also benefit from, some type of, stipend or incentive. Okay. And one of the stuff also, the service that Cash App offers is the investing. You can still invest, you can buy stock. I remember I bought like a stock, yes, I did buy a stock once. I don't know, but it was just like a little bit. It was really high and it kept dropping values until I decided just to close it because it was just too much for me. I didn't have enough time to look at them. So it's also one of the service that Cash App will actually offer, And so you can also buy, Bitcoin, and any transaction, Bitcoin transaction related transaction will also come up with some fees. Even like a simple transfer of money, if you receive like a payment, and you want to receive, you want to cash out the full amount the same day, it's gonna charge you some little fees. It will change you some fees. But if you wait like 24 hours, then you should be able to collect a full amount. Okay. Is that clear, Margaret? Okay, so this slide gives just like a big picture of what exactly PayPal is. So you don't pay anything, when you want to buy or transfer money domestically. If, for example, you use, and when you using your bank account or your PayPal account or the balance that you have there, okay. But if you want to use a debit card or a credit card or PayPal credits, then you will have to pay close to 3% the amount that you're transferring. But you don't pay anything when you're using a bank account or your PayPal balance. And the transfer that you can, you have some restrictions. You can transfer, small amounts, of money. You can transfer them, but you can also transfer bigger amounts like 4,000, from 4,000 to 60K per transaction. And I wanted Eric to be here to probably tell us like this kind of amount, 4,000 to 60,000. The bank may probably, check in with you because they will want to know, for example, if you're receiving a payment of this amount, a bank may want to know, especially for the first time, they may want to know where exactly the money, the source of the funds, where exactly the funds is coming from. The funds are coming from, okay? And if you are the one sending the money, they may check with you and say, hey, who are you sending money to? Okay. And you can do this online, just logging into your account, like from a browser, you log in and you just say, okay, I'm gonna transfer this money, I'm gonna pay this bill. And you input all the information. Or you can also just use an app from your phone, log into your account, make payment, or check your balance whether you receive the payment through that. And one of the good thing that PayPal offers is customer service. You can still check in with them from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay. Pacific time daily. And you also have the options to get in touch with them through social media or some chat, live chat. As soon as you log into your account, then it's going to give you the option to chat with those people. Okay. So the last slide for the 4 minutes remaining time, just to check, Margaret, if you have any questions, or if Brother Obum, you have any other comments that you can add to this, then we are here for you. Anything that you want to add, or any questions that Margaret wants to ask, then we should use this time, the remaining of time, to do it.
Margaret, do you have a comment?
No, I have no comment.
What I would comment is that most of these companies offer you two-way authentication as a way of security for your account. Try and make use of it, because it's an added opportunity for you, right? That two-way gives you some advanced protection. We've noticed that those who suffer from a lot of this are often those who don't have this two-way authentication activated. And it's nice for you, like me, you probably made download Google authentication app. You can download, there are several that is out there that have added security feature to your account. So when you log in from a different phone, or even your phone, you require a PIN or something for a transaction to go through. If that doesn't come up, your transaction will not go through. These are tools you can introduce to just safeguard your stuff. My Facebook is often open on my laptop, but when you want to buy stuff, you will require a PIN, right? Because I have Facebook Pay, I have Google, I think I probably have Google Pay, I have Venmo, so all these two-way authentication really go a long way to helping in case somebody takes over your phone and they try to do something. Because of that two authentication that they don't have, transactions will not go through without your say-so, without them having that information. So that's one of the things I would add here.
Oh, that's really great, especially because this has got to do with money. You want to make sure that your account is secure, because you don't want anybody to mess up with your account, because someone who has already received a payment from you, it's easier if you forgot like your app open, or they may just go ahead and send the payment again. But a way, or they can send the payment to an account that is, an unknown account. And so thanks, Brother Obum, for that. So if we can all try to set up that those kind of measures of two-way authentication, that will be really great. So that's all we had for tonight. Unless we have any questions, then we can just call it a day. Margaret, any questions? Okay. So, Brother Obum, thank you so much for your support, your help. We'll stop the recording here. And